The two. Sport. And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for Orlando, Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Wagner in at the small forward. And the three-pointer goes. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Suggs. Wagner, the pass to Banchero. Throw it down on the lob.
I mean, did you see the strength and force? I mean, that's what puts Banchero ahead.
There's a screen. Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, BA, that's the longest active streak in the league, not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks, they've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
Now here's Miller. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Well, this is what you love about having length in the backcourt. That 6'7" frame. Go ahead and finish, LaMelo.
Suggs surveys the D. Banchero the screen. Oh, powered down with both hands.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And Ball throws it down.
Wow, you see the decisiveness right there with LaMelo Ball. Makes up his mind on the drive that he's going to dunk it.
Here's Suggs. Soft touch off the glass. Suggs has got 7.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Suggs against Ball. Pass to Miller. Bridges, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Banchero against Bridges. It's Banchero with the drive. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Here's Miller. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Now here's Suggs. He has 7. Now Ball. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. The Hornets have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. And Ball throws it down.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
Caldwell Pope with it. He's picked up by Miller. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Miller against Suggs. Miller, the pass to Ball. And Ball throws it down.
I like Miller's vision. I mean, he sees the court well and makes really good decisions with the ball.
Suggs outside. Looking to win the run. Caldwell Pope against Ball. Out to Bridges. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Magic trail by 6. Banchero drives. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. And it's the Hornets on the break. Oh, hey! How about that? And he jams it home with authority.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. There's 47 seconds left now in the first quarter. Miller outside. The kick out to Ball. Back to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. Driving inside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
The 3 from Suggs. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Suggs has got 10 points in the game. Ball surveys the floor. The kick out to Williams. Miller outside. Got it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. No shortage of scoring here. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hornets?
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
Second team foul. The line for 2. Jalen Suggs.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he drops the first. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Here's Okogie. Back to Miller. Bridges, a screen on Suggs. The kick out to Ball. The 3 ball. And it's Wendell Carter with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Miller. Off target from 3-point range. Magic trail by 8. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Back to Suggs. Pass to Carter. Stolen by Miller. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
You combine strength, athleticism, unbelievable hops. Miles Bridges, yes, sir.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Outside, Caldwell Pope. There's the steal. Here's Okogie. No points yet. The three from Ball. Yes, sir! Ball hits a triple.
This guy is always ready to shoot the three. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
He rifled that one in from distance. Caldwell Pope's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you. And Wagner gets it to go on the assist from Suggs. Wagner's got his first 2 points. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. The three is up. He buries it from three. And the Hornets lead by 13.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Suggs with the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Miller against Caldwell Pope. Ooh, nice shot by Miller. Miller's got 13 now.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
It's Suggs with a drive. And Carroll with a screen on Williams. Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Here's Ball. 18 points for him. Miller, a screen on Suggs. Here's Ball. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Charlotte leading by 12. Okogie on the wing. Ball ventures inside and converts.
With the size he brings to the guard position, you'd love to see LaMelo assert himself down low.
For three, Caldwell Pope nails it from three. He's got 6.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Miller left side. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still.
It's one thing to get outplayed, but when you're giving away possessions like this, it makes it even more tough.
35 seconds left in the first half. And here's the fast break from behind the arc. That won't go, making him 7 for 10 now. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Orlando shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Lets it go from deep. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Okogie. And he buries the open 3 to cap the break. Okogie's got himself on the board with a 3 there. Wagner for 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. We'll be right back after this word. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Jonathan Isaac is out there with Wagner. Then it's Goga Batadze, and it's De Silva in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with.
Wow, you can't let Wagner get established like that. If he does, scoring is easy.
Magic trail by 13. Pass to Isaac. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Here's Batadze. Isaac outside. Wagner on the wing. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. Orlando shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee. Here's Black. Green covering. Pass to De Silva. It's stolen by Green. Outside man. Here's Diabate. Back to man. Here's the 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
First team foul.
Here's Black. No made baskets yet. Pass to De Silva. Batadze with a screen. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Dors at 7 feet tall and almost 300 pounds. Yusuf Nurkic often is the biggest human on the court.
BA, we might as well refer to him as the immovable object. This guy has slimmed down. He's in incredible shape. But Nurkic is an old school big, and he is a force to be reckoned with around the rim. Not just because of that size and strength, but because of his skill as a passer and a finisher.
Pass to De Silva. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
On the wing, Green. They set a pick. Takes the 3. Orlando with the rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Black. He's guarded by man. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Green for 3. Offensive rebound. Ooh, poked away. And they're pushing it up. And he's going for the oop here. And the ball out of play. The Hornets will have it.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Charlotte leading by 18. Here's Man. Basket counts. Man's got 5 now.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Pass to De Silva. Can they get it? Rebounded by Nurkic. Charlotte has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. That's tipped. Wagner with it. Green picks him up. In transition.
Blocking foul, ball Trey Man. First personal foul. Second team foul.
A minute 42 left in the third. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. To the inside.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Down low. It's stolen by Nurkic. outside man. Outside, Williams.
Orlando foul. Black. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 17 left in the third. Here's man on the take. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Charlotte leading by 21. The drive by man. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Going all the way to the rack. Lets a three fly, and that comes off the assist by Green. Man's got 12 now in this quarter.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this season.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Charlotte has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. The shot by Diabate, no good.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Wagner with a steal. And he banks in the layup. Wagner's gotten his second bucket.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
Miller, he's open. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Charlotte, a huge. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
3.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
That's his explosiveness on display. Josh Okogie forces the defender to make a mistake and get into a bad position.
Orlando shooting a nice 50% for the game. And Carroll with a screen on Ball. Suggs the pass to Wagner. Banchero outside. This one for 3. Sinks it from distance.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Bridges, a screen on Suggs. Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Drives to the hoop. And he converts the layup. Williams has gotten his first points in this one.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Charlotte foul. Drive for Kobe. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Hornets on D. Pass to Banchero.
Boy, that's great defense from LaMelo Ball. He has the length and the agility to be an outstanding defender. It's about learning to give it every single night on that end.
Miller on the wing. Back to Ball. Miller with it. The rebound by Carter.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And Ball gets it to go. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Williams. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
If you leave a teammate of LaMelo Ball that wide open, I promise you he will find him.
The three from Banchero. Drops in the three. Banchero's got 6 here in the quarter.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Here's Miller. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Suggs. 6 on the shot clock. The three from Banchero. And again, it's the magic from deep.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Here's Ball. Oh, sweet move. And it's good on the lay-in. Ball's got 26.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Suggs against Miller. Bogner outside. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Miller. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up with a graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Hornets.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for LaMelo Ball.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
The Magic have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Banchero no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And out of bounds, the Hornets will take it.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Here's Ball, doing his part offensively.
Nearing 30 points in this one. He's been so tough to contain.
Puts up a deep three. Orlando with the rebound. Here's Suggs with the drive, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
This is a demonstration of how dangerous Jalen Suggs can be when he decides to take it to the rack with strength. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball passes to Miller. Back to Ball. They set the pick. And Ball throws it down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised.
About depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Here's Suggs. Can't hit from in close.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Banchero, that's good.
Yeah, such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Now, here's Halliburton. And Halliburton slams it in.
What a slam by Halliburton, using that agility to make a statement.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Banchero. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Here's Halliburton. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And Siakam gets it to go on the assist by Halliburton.
And always nice to have an inside-out threat like Siakam. He can have an impact anywhere on the floor.
Here's Suggs. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here is Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Mathurin's got 5 now.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Outside Turner. Pass to Nembhard. It's tipped. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner, and he said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
All right, thank you, David. Now here is Carter. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. Lets it go with a 3. They get it back. Kicks it out to Banchero. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Halliburton. And he drives in, and it's blocked. Banchero against Halliburton. Here's Suggs. No good from outside. Pacers leading by 6. Here's Halliburton, and finished off by Halliburton.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kicks it out to Wagner. Carter with a screen on Mathurin. Wagner from long range. The rebound by Turner. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Pass to Nembhard. Over Caldwell Pope. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with.
And so it's Indiana going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pacers.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Very few young players see the floor as well as Halliburton. It really shows just how impressive his ceiling is as a playmaker.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Driving inside. A shot by Nembhard, no good. The Magic trail by 7. Suggs with the ball, picked up by Turner. Carter kicks to Banchero. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. Back to Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet final.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Halliburton. Turner finds Halliburton. Indiana moving the ball over. Clock at 6. Here's Mathurin. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow. And you see that extra gear with Mathurin. Gets him to the rim in a blink.
No one near Suggs as he lets it go. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Pacers leading by 7. Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience. Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Turner with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Nembhard, the pass to Turner. Back to Nembhard. Screen by Siakam. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. The Magic trail by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And wow, look at the quickness there from Banchero getting the shot up in a hurry.
A shake. And Halliburton finishes inside. Halliburton's got 4 points this quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. Off target with his three. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. And he recovers it. Here's Banchero. They get the rebound. Now, here's Suggs. He's got 9. Here's Turner. Yes, that goes in. And the Pacers lead by 9.
Putting on the hard hat there. Give Turner credit for staying locked in on capitalizing no matter what.
Here's Suggs. A shot, no good. Excellent defense there from Halliburton.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Now, Nembhard. Turner with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Outside Turner. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You got to give him credit.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Thomas Bryant. Neesmith is out there with Shepard. Then there's Toppin. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Here's Shepard. The kick out to Walker. Here's the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
There's a good screen. Black. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Up top, Walker. Pass to Neesmith. Beyond the arc. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's De Silva. Shoots the 3. Toppin pulls it in.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
On the wing, Walker. And the dunk by Walker.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Lob pass to Wagner. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Indiana leading by 7.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Neesmith. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Neesmith has got 5 points in the quarter.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Wagner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Magic have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Wagner. The Pacers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Here's Shepard. Pass to Walker. Now, here's Neesmith. D right on him. 6 to shoot. Fires it up. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Magic have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And so he hits both. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Now, here's Neesmith. Defense is right there, out left of the wing. Wagner against Toppin. And he banks in the layup. Toppin's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
They set the screen. Black, no good. Pacers leading by 8. Left side, Bryant. On the wing, Walker. He has 5. A beautiful reverse layup. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
To the wing right side. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Neesmith, that 3 off the mark. Here's De Silva. From deep. A shot off that time. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Turner for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Indiana in the driver's seat, up 8 points. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Assist from
Halliburton's got his 4th assist in this one. Suggs with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Indiana leading by 7. Turner looking around. Inside. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Banchero against Siakam. And Banchero, here we go. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Carter against Mathurin. Turner with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Halliburton. For 3, Siakam. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Carter sets the pick for Banchero. Another miss by Orlando. Indiana leading. Down low. Here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Hard to stop Turner in close. As soon as he has prime positioning, he is going for the slam.
They get it again. Wagner, nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
Here's Halliburton, and that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That's his first foul.
first team foul.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Siakam, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Drives to the hoop. Mathurin passes to Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. Mathurin, good. Mathurin's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pacers.
What a motor. Mathurin can go all night, and he has. What a performance. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Mathurin against Wagner. Outside Mathurin. Second chance shot. Here's Siakam. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pacers lead by 11.
And watch Siakam just spring up for those offensive boards. Athletic ability gets him to the ball so fast.
Mathurin with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. A three-pointer off the mark. Orlando's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Caldwell Pope. Here's Banchero. Good on the triple. Banchero's got 6 in the quarter.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Out to Turner. Fires from deep. Banchero grabs the board. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. And it's Suggs missing. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Siakam, the bounce pass. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Mathurin passes to Turner. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Siakam. Great defense that time from Banchero. And so the Pacers take the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that
both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Mathurin in at the 3, the small forward. And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. Pass to Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home.
Here's Ball. And the basket is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
How about Halliburton? This fella going right to the rim, sneak dunking on that attack. Impressive.
And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness. He is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And Ball throws it down.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. Young fella's got some pretty good hops on it.
On the wing, Nembhard, guarded by Miller. The 3 ball. The shot by Nembhard, no good. The Hornets have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Ball looks over the floor. Oh, and Turner with a block.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now here's Nembhard, guarded by Miller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the top of the key, again, Indiana.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And Ball gets it to go.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Three-pointer Mathurin gets the 3 ball to go. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Out to Bridges. Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball.
Indiana ball.
Here's Halliburton. 1:51 left to play in the first quarter. The recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Here's Mathurin. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, this is how impactful Mathurin can be in close. He loves jamming it home.
Count it. Okogie's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
On the wing, Nembhard. Guarded by Miller. Poke loose. Stolen by Miller. Mathurin against Ball. Oh, and Turner with a block. Now here's Nembhard. He's got 5. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside, and stolen by Williams. Fast break, here come the Hornets. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 18 seconds left in the first. And Williams punches it home.
I like Miller's vision. I mean, he sees the court well and makes really good decisions with the ball.
Now here's Halliburton. Tight defense on him. And the dunk by Halliburton.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3. That's the Hornets 5. Turner can always wow you with a highlight play. But Clark, he's gotten better at the small things as well.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. He can shoot the 3. He's always been an elite shot blocker from the day he stepped foot in the NBA. An excellent screener, but he has added small pieces to his total game in the little areas.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
Turner. Williams grabs the board.
That's the shot you hope for, right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's Miller. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Team foul.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Miller outside. They get it back. Pass to Okogie. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3 seconds. Pacers ball.
Indiana leading by 4. Turner passes to Matherin. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And a two-handed jam!
And Matherin really gets off the ground quick. Terrific at being aggressive around the rim. Well done.
Ball outside. Bridges outside. Knocked away. Turner with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. Siakam, the pass to Turner. Turner, a screen on Ball. Here's Nembhard. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Halliburton surveys the floor. 6 to shoot. Pass to Nembhard. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Turner. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Pacers lead by 8.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
BA, forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet.
Exercising his authority.
Kept alive. The Hornets have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Miller against Turner, and it's Miles Turner with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Third team foul.
And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it.
Ball goes to Indiana.
Pacers leading by 6. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Siakam with a screen on Miller. 5 to shoot. Siakam in the post. He's guarded by Bridges. Siakam gets the bucket.
Inside, Siakam gets the better of the defense using his agility, clearing himself a path to a shot.
And Ball throws it down.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Kicks it out to Siakam. Nembhard outside. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
There's Ball with a 3. Melo knocking down a 3.
Defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Halliburton outside. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Bridges outside. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Great job ending the quarter.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Shot. Please direct your attention to center court. India beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. We've got Thomas Bryant, Walker out there with Toppin. Then it's Neesmith, and it's Shepard in at the 1 spot. Here's Bryant, and then Bryant with the dunk.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here he goes. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Here's Shepard. There's a screen by Toppin. Out left to the wing. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Man misses. Indiana leading by 7. Neesmith passes to Bryant. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And here's Toppin. Pass to Shepard. Just 5 on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 9-point Pacer lead.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Wide open. The Hornets pull it in.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, he has to connect from there.
Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
Here's Shepard. He's guarded by man. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. There's a screen by Nurkic. Off target at the rim. Indiana leading by 5.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Bryant with it, and it's man picking him up. Back to Bryant. To the right side, and here's Toppin from the arc. That shot off. And so it's Nurkic who brings up the ball for Charlotte. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. For Indiana, they've gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Shepard. A minute 29 left in the third quarter. Back to Toppin. From behind the arc. No good. Hornets trail by 5. Green with the ball. He's scoreless. Outside man for 3. They get it back. The kick out to Williams. Williams knocks down the 3.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Here's Toppin. Pass to Bryant. 2 in the cold spell. Good on the bucket. Bryant's gotten 4 this quarter.
Being opportunistic, just taking what the defense allows.
More and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
36 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Shepard. He's guarded by man. Kicks it out to Bryant. Over Nurkic. Bryant, no good.
Well, he wants that one back. More often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Man misses. 3 on 3. And the jam by Walker.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the center spot. That's the Hornets 5. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Ball finds Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Setting his teammate up nicely out of the two-man game that time. Ball provides style and substance with his brilliant playmaking.
Now here's Halliburton. Tightly guarded. Pass to Siakam. Nembhard outside. Turner, a screen on Miller. Here's Nembhard. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 4. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Ball into the lane, and Ball throws it down.
Hey, this mix of agility, instinct, athleticism. Ball able to drive right in for the big throwdown.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Turner. Nembhard with it. Guarded by Miller. Mathurin against Ball. Mathurin passes to Turner. Misses the three. Turner's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Ball left side to take the lead. It's rebounded by Indiana. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Mathurin. Turner in the high post. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The drive by Miller. And that one is hammered home.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Halliburton for 3. Triple! Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Ball outside. Into the lane. Yep, that one goes. Ball's got 21.
I do not know if there's a more confident family in the NBA. Ball wants the ball when it matters most.
Siakam, pass to Nembhard. Siakam in the post. He's against Bridges. Siakam, no good.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Williams. Back to Bridges. Here's Ball. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Walker, he's checked in for Indiana.
Kogi with his athleticism and attacking nature, able to draw fouls quite a bit, and that gets him a fair number of and one chances. Exactly what this team needed, completing the and one.
Siakam looking it over. Lays it up and banks it in.
This is why this team turns to Siakam in big moments. They trust him to come through.
Ball outside. A minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Miller outside. Takes a 3. On target from range. Miller's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Siakam with a screen on Ball. Ball against Mathurin. Siakam outside. Can't connect from short range. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Miller. It falls!
Well, you know, it's obvious that Ball knows exactly how to work the angles. He gets the ball to a wide-open shooter just about every time.
Now here's Halliburton. The D's right on it. Money!
Halliburton, one of those young guys that you want with the rock in his hand at crunch time. He always seems to deliver.
Walker against Ball. to the middle. Here's Williams. The kick out to Ball. They grab their own miss. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line for two.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 5. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
And stolen by Green. Miller outside. Williams on the wing. The three is up, and Turner with the block. And so it looks like the Hornets will retain possession here. And so it's Charlotte winning this one. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA.
backcourt for him. It'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Well, we don't expect up and down doors, fast basketball. These teams prefer to operate in the half court. They're very methodical, but fun to watch.
Hey, good basketball, regardless of the pace at which it's run, is good basketball. And with these two teams, movement, screening, high IQ offensive basketball, I'm here for that.
And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Bridges jams it in.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
A shot by Carter, nobody around. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Now, here's Ball. Out to Miller. 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. They get it back. And Williams with the stuff.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
The Magic shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Boy, if Suggs is knocking this shot down consistently, the spacing will open up.
And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period. And it may take a while for the Hornets to find success. But there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
And here is Suggs following LaMelo Ball's 3. And that one is good from Suggs.
Let's not forget, Jalen Suggs is a great football player growing up. He is not afraid to mix it up down low.
And it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now Miller, after Jalen Suggs missed from long range. Ball kicks to Bridges. Then jammed down as he goes right over Paolo Banchero.
Combined strength, athleticism, unbelievable hops. Miles Bridges, yes, sir.
Here's Suggs. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Then Bridges jams it in.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Caldwell Pope passes to Carter. To the inside, Williams with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Suggs kicks it out to Banchero. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. And it's off from 3-point range. Charlotte leading by 6. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star grade in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Suggs finds Caldwell Pope, hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Ball surveying the defense. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out to Bridges. Caldwell Pope against Miller. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Miller's got 6 points.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And so it's Charlotte in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is... And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie at small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Miller outside. From past the arc. Carter pulls it in. The Magic trail by 7. Here's Suggs. 5 points in the game, and that one is good. He has 7.
This is a demonstration of how dangerous Jalen Suggs can be when he decides to take it to the rack with strength.
It's Miller on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Bridges sets the screen for Ball, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Over to the left wing. Miller finds Ball. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup. Ball's got 5.
Well, in the paint, it's the length and the agility of LaMelo Ball to get things done around physical defenders.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Bridges outside. Misses the 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Suggs. Off target from outside. Charlotte leading by 5. Here's Ball. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Miller. Back to Ball. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations. Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Ball to pass to Okogie. Miller outside. Just 5 on the clock. So the wing on the left. For 3, Okogie. Here's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Suggs passes to Carter. And it's Banchero top the key. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Charlotte leading by 7. Ball finds Miller. Bridges sets the screen for Miller. Bridges passes to Miller. And he's good on the 3-ball. Miller's got 9 points.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Here's Suggs. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
For 3, a Kogi. Williams dishes to Bridges. Ball against Caldwell Pope. Outside, Ball goes back up. And he lays it up and in. And it's a 12-point Hornets lead.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Ball. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, this is exactly what you want from LaMelo Ball, attacking the rim off the drive.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Caldwell Pope's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic. Ball kicks to Bridges. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists in the game.
What you love is Miles Bridges has kept his foot on the gas pedal. Started out scoring well and continues to keep the pressure on.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
At the line for 2, LaMelo.
Both good from the line that time.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Ready for the fan half-court shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say, guys? Miles Bridges, an impressive effort here today.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but, boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Wagner is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Black. And it's De Silva in at the two-guard.
And you got to do more than that to stop Nurkic, using that muscle to just brush past the defender.
And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Charlotte on D. Pass to De Silva. Wagner has screen on Green. 6 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Wagner from long range. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Mann passes to Williams. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The Magic trail by 11. There's the triple. De Silva with the bucket. De Silva's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Mann at the elbow. Williams. To the middle. Pass to Nurkic. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Black, defended by Mann. Isaac passes to Bitadze. Back to Isaac. Here's De Silva. And the 3 off target. And now here's Nurkic. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They're leading by 8. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
A physical big. Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. The Magic trail by 10. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. De Silva off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Mann finds Williams. It's stolen. Here's Black, defended by Mann. For the 3. Black, no good. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Hornets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Hornets leading by 11. The 15-footer. And no good. Orlando's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's De Silva.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Magic have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And the first one drops.
At the line for the Magic, De Silva.
And he makes both free throws. For Charlotte, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room to break.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
.153 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Mann. Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to tack on another.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Nurkic with the double team. Here's Black, guarded by Green. Here's De Silva. The three-pointer, no good. Hornets leading by 13. Pass to Diabate. Here's Mann. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
The play will be reviewed. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Instituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
.32 seconds left in the third. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Black.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
The shot by Williams, no good. Isaac outside. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. He got it up. And it is good. And the buzzer. Wow.
At That is a huge three-pointer.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Things have been clicking offensively, defensively, you name it. And they are riding this wave of momentum. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Trey Mann, also Josh Green out there. Williams is out there with Nurkic, and it's Diabate in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Suggs against Ball. The Trey. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
A situation made for LaMelo Ball. Anything you can do, I can do better.
And it's Carter missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Pass to Okogie. Over to the wing. Ball against Caldwell Pope. Ball kicks to Bridges. Shot clock at 5. Takes a shot at the elbow, and it's Wagner with the rebound.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
2nd team foul.
4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Miller, no luck. The Magic trail by 15. Here's Suggs. And he finishes the break with a layup.
Well, you can see in transition, Jalen Suggs knows exactly what to do. Runs the floor, gets a quality shot in transition.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Suggs gets that one through the hole, making him now 7 of 13 in this game.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Here's Ball. Out to Bridges. Outside, Ball. Miller sets a screen for Ball. 4 on the clock. Sweet little floater. Ball's got 20.
Boy, soft touch from LaMelo. That floater game is on point.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut back down to 13 with the basket coming from Wagner.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Listen, he's a confident player, but if you're going for that kind of finish, you better finish it.
Banchero finds Caldwell Pope, fires for 3, and it's Banchero missing. Hornets leading by 13. Bridges outside, and it's Miller in the corner. Back to Bridges. Pass to Miller. Bridges a screen on Caldwell Pope. Miller outside. Nailed from three-point land. And the Hornets lead by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hornets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LaMelo Ball.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Here's Suggs. They grabbed their own miss. Carter, the pass to Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Fires the three. Hits it from three-point range. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Ball with it. Launches a three. Out to Bridges. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Magic ball. Contavious Pogopo.
And so it's Charlotte with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah.
so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope, and it's Carter in at the 5. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer Mathurin. Rebounded by Suggs. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. And there's the lob. Cuts off the pass. Halliburton on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Siakam with a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Siakam outside. It's rebounded by Wagner.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And it's Indiana's ball. Here we go.
You're talking about a sensational athlete. Mathurin is so tough in transition.
Halliburton comes to help. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Mathurin. Caldwell-Pope. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Now here's Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. He takes it in. And that one's good. Mathurin's got his second basket.
Yeah, this is Mathurin at his best, driving hard to the cup and finishing in style.
Banchero against Siakam. And Turner with the block. And out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, a chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said watching tape in preparation for this game, Wendell Carter just kept showing up. Whether it was on the boards, being in the right position defensively, or even stretching the floor at the offensive end. Carter makes a lot of plays that help his team. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie.
And what I like about Suggs is that he does many things well, and that's because he plays with so much confidence.
Mathurin against Suggs. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
And one thing about Mathurin, he keeps pressure on that defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
And he makes a first. Both free throws good from Mathurin. For Orlando, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Suggs outside. The kick out to Banchero. Mathurin against Wagner. Count that bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Halliburton. Siakam with a screen on Suggs. Kicks it out to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot.
2 minutes.
Releases from the wing and drills it.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
In transition, here come the Pacers. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Mathurin's got 9.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
A minute 4 left to play in the first. Halliburton for 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Pure from three-point range. He's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Turner with it. Siakam outside. Here's Matherin. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, this is how impactful Matherin can be in close. He loves jamming it home.
Rejected by Siakam. Suggs, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Halliburton, pass to Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Carter, a screen on Matherin. Tries the spin move. Here's Wagner. Second chance effort. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call.
Benedict Matherin has been leading the charge for the Pacers. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels.
Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Nembhard and Matherin, they're the wings. And it's Halliburton in at the point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Suggs against Halliburton. Suggs outside. Fires the 3.
And just a tough guy to get around. Halliburton very effective defensively. Forces the road shot.
Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Now Matherin. Halliburton outside. Clock at 6. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Suggs against Halliburton. The rebound by Nembhard.
We've seen him make that shot, but not all that often.
Well, that's the shot where if you make it, everything's fine. But if not, you're going to hear about it.
To the paint. Outside for Halliburton. Siakam the screen. Back to Turner. Three-pointer. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. We're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game. When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Wagner, the pass to Carter. Unable to get that one. Indiana leading by 5. And he's going for the lob. And then Siakam with the jam.
Yeah, going up and finishing. Tremendous display of athleticism by Siakam.
Here's Suggs going inside. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Suggs against Halliburton. Siakam, the pass to Halliburton. Out to the right wing. Here's Turner. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
On the ball, Halliburton has great concentration. His focus is what helps him find the wide open man.
Here's Suggs.
2 minutes remaining.
And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Nembhard with it. Pass to Halliburton. Siakam outside. And Siakam with the slam.
It's just such a long and powerful player. I mean, once Siakam gets inside like this, he's ready to jam.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you never understand. Ian?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. Halliburton against Suggs. Here's Turner. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 7 assists in the game. Magic trail by 11. Oh, stolen by Turner. Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Fires for 3. He got it. Halliburton nails the 3.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Driving in. Siakam, right side. Back to Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Caldwell Pope against Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Halliburton.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 6 rebounds now in the game. For 3, Mathurin. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Indiana ahead, up by 16. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. Goga Batadze is out there with Wagner. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's De Silva in a 2-guard. Here's Nesmith, and he lays it up and in. And the Pacers lead by 16.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Shots good by Black. Black's gotten his second bucket.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Isaac. No good with a layup. Pacers leading by 16. Here's Shepard. Missed inside.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
To the middle. Ooh, it's stolen away. Inside. Tipped away. Bryant, the pass to Toppin. Fires the 3. Bryant, no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Shot is good by Isaac.
And that looked like a guard on the attack. Isaac using his athleticism and quickness to capitalize.
To the inside. Here's Walker. Toppin outside. Outside Nesmith. Back to Toppin. And he comes up with a bucket.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Dan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Outside Walker. Back to Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Making the most of the second chance opportunity.
Hey, the hustle is real, and the hustle is rewarded. Here's Wagner. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Good on both. Pacers leading by 14. Here's Shepard. 1:44 left in the third quarter here. Takes it inside. Uses the glass on the layup. Shepard's got 5 points. Magic trail by 16. Here's Black. He gets it in there.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Shepard. Launches it. It's rebounded by Batase. The Magic have got 5 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Black. Here's Batase. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Magic trail by 14. Pass to De Silva. The 3. And Toppin pulls it down. The Pacers have gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. Here's Bryant. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, the versatility of Walker. Can play back to the basket and get out and run. I mean, that combination is tough to find.
Here's Black. No good on the triple. Indiana leading by 16. Pass to Shepard. Back to Toppin. And there's the drive with the crossover. Now Nesmith. What if it goes? And that's not going to go. And so it's the Indiana Pacers with an impressive. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And for the Pacers, they're shooting 70% from the field, a performance that has been fun to watch. Shepard is out there with Aaron Nesmith. Then it's Toppin, then there's Walker, and it's Bryant in at the center position. That's the 5 for the Pacers.
You love the show of force from Carter Jr. He's not messing around when he gets the ball down there.
Suggs. And Toppin pulls it down.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Walker passes to Toppin. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Shepard. Count it. Good. And the Pacers lead by 16.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Suggs with it. Picked up by Nesmith. Suggs with the bucket.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
Here's Nesmith. Pass to Shepard. Back to Nesmith. It's rebounded by Banchero. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. The three. And Toppin pulls it down. Toppin's got 4 rebounds now. Walker for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Black's just poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Thomas Bryant. That's foul number 2 for him. So Indiana ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Suggs. Beyond the arc. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, once Suggs gets hot, he's not easy to stop, especially when he's getting whatever shot he wants.
Halliburton against Suggs. Down low. Here's Nembhard. Oh, swiped away. Wagner inside. He's covered by Siakam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Nice shot by Turner.
Got to be encouraged watching Turner shoot with conviction, realizing his team trusts him to take these fast shots.
Carter from outside. Pacers with a rebound. Halliburton's got 4 rebounds now. Pacers leading by 15. Outside Mathurin. And the 3 off target.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Banchero outside. Here's Banchero slicing in. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick-and-roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands. He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably. Still want to review the call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
It really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Pacers.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, they're...
Oh, a highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Oh, and Turner with a block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
Halliburton on the wing. On the clock. There's the triple. Rebounded by Suggs. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Banchero. Lays it up and banks it in. 23 seconds left in the final quarter. Halliburton surveys the floor. Up top, Turner. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Magic. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. This one was a fun one to watch. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Bridges, and it's Okogie in at the 3. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Outside, Ball. Drills it from outside.
Defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
Halliburton up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Ball. Out to Miller. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
Here's Miller, following the basket by Pascal Siakam. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And Ball slams it in.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. Young fella's got some pretty good hops on him.
Now, here's Halliburton. Tight defense on him. Clock at 6. Here's Nembhard, covered by Miller. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one falls for Bridges.
You know, one of the things that endeared Miles Bridges to his college coach was he was a superstar in talent, but played with a blue-collar mindset.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Ball, no good. Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside Mathurin. The three-pointer is right on target.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
And it's good, 2 points. Ball's got 7.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Turner with a screen for Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The shot by Turner, no good. And so Miller will bring it up for Charlotte. 4-point game. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
And the Pacers with possession here. After the basket by Charlotte. With the step back. Siakam a screen on Ball. Mathurin, good. He has 5.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 7, and it's Miller. It's out the key. Out to Bridges. Miller sets a screen for Bridges. Takes it off the glass.
Bridges, in some ways, to me, is a throwback player. He's a 6'6" forward and does a little bit of banging down low. Actually, a lot of banging down low.
Pacers trail by 6. It's Nembhard on the wing, covered by Miller. The offensive rebound, out to Turner. Siakam against Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Good work there as it goes. Siakam's got his second basket.
It's important that Siakam plays with confidence from there. I mean, when he does, the results are often like that one. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Halliburton. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Ball kicks to Miller. Ball, a screen on Halliburton. Miller. Oh, he misses the dunk.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Turner for 3.
There is a video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Pacers lead by 1 and will return shortly. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Ball. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says that...
Folks, the coach's challenge has been an issue. And he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
But these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. They do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
On the wing, Miller. Williams sends a screen for Miller. And the layup's good off the glass. Miller's got 5.
Now, how about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself?
Halliburton up top. 8 points for him. Takes it out to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Siakam's got the lead up to 4 now for Indiana. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Hey, this mix of agility, instinct, athleticism, Ball able to drive right in for the big throwdown.
Ball against Mathurin. Into the lane. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Ball dishes to Miller. For the 3. count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 1 in the bucket from Ball.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. 1:46 left in the first half of the game. Bridges with it. Now guarded by Siakam. So they take the lead. Ball's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Hornets.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
They set the pick. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Miller against Turner. Pass to Okogie. Williams inside. Out to Miller. Takes the three. Traps in the tray. Miller's got 8.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
Pretty smart play that time by Ball, calling for a pick and roll to throw the defense off the scent a little bit.
Here's Nembhard. He's covered by Ball. Now Nembhard. He has yet to score. Mathurin for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. One-on-one here. Here's Ball. Good. Now it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
Boy, you look at Ball, and I really think he excels more in the open court than he does in the half court.
Driving in. And so it's Charlotte bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Shooting the balls. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Williams. And it's Diabate in at the 4 slot. Walker the pass to Toppin. Back to Walker. Shakes him. And Walker throws it down hard.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those cuts over here.
With their offensive firepower, have the Pacers Clark maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on, and a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards. Those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Hornets leading by 10.
Pacers foul. Shepherd. First personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Nurkic. 5 to shoot. Lays it up and off the glass. Nurkic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Hornets.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
To the right side. Screen by Bryant. Neesmith can't get it to go. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications.
Great job at screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Man passes to Williams. Here's Diabate. It's stolen by Shepard. Takes a 3. Connects from three-point range. Shepard's got it back down to single digits for the Pacers. Charlotte has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Pass to Nurkic. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll.
That one falls.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels. One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Pass to Diabate. Back to Man. And he gets it to go. And the Hornets lead by 11.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Here's Shepard, defended by Man. Shepard with the ball. 5 points in the game. Fires the 3. Rebound by Williams. Hornets leading by 11. Out to the right wing. Now here's Nurkic. 5 points in the game. Here's Man. Here's Diabate. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Diabate's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Toppin. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding up. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Toppin is out there with Walker. Then it's Eastman. Then there's Shepard. And it's Bryant in at the 5, down low. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Miller sets a screen for Ball. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Ball's got 21 in the game.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Fast break now for Charlotte. Charlotte moving the ball around. There's the drive, and Ball slams it in.
Well, that sudden burst by Ball is so effective, zipping in before the defense can react.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Turner. He's guarded by Williams. Outside, Mathurin. Siakam sets a screen for Mathurin. Shot clock at 6. With the drive, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And already Mathurin has a pretty dynamic drive, but getting the drop on the defense all season won't be easy.
Ball kicks to Bridges. Back to Ball. Nembhard grabs the board.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Turner with it. Now guarded by Ball. Good on the shot.
For Turner, I think it's all about staying aggressive. I mean, when he does that, he's capable of converting over tough defense.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Pacers with the rebound. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
Good intelligent basketball on the part of Turner there. Assists like that will make the defense think twice about how they're going to defend him.
Miller sets a screen for Ball. Again, Ball missing. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana. Miller grabs the miss. Hornets leading by 6. Outside Williams. Back to Miller. Williams sets a screen for Miller.
2 minutes remaining.
Going inside. Out to Bridges. Pass to Okogie. Hands it from downtown.
Boy, because of his athleticism, when Josh Okogie is knocking down the three-point shot, he is really uber dangerous.
Halliburton outside. And it's blocked. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Charlotte's gone 1 and 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Bridges for 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bridges against Siakam. Turner for 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Bridges. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
A nice shot by Halliburton.
Halliburton, one of those young guys that you want with the rock in his hand at crunch time. He always seems to deliver.
He takes it in. Count it.
What a big-time play by Tyrese Halliburton. Simply putting his team on his back.
Miller, the pass to Williams. Pass the ball. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. The rebound by Turner. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
Nembhard, the pass to Siakam.
And right there, you see the impact of Siakam's slam. So tough to defend once he gets to his spots.
At the line for the Pacers.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Shot.
And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
Hey, by missing that free throw now, a 3 could even the score.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? He knows if he misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
Reads the play well there and gets himself in the air at just the right time. Terrific deny.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And here's Halliburton. Siakam, high post. And a wide open look for Halliburton. Off on that one. So it's the Hornets picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin,